Hello YouTube friends, Dr. Teresa Ulrich here. Right now you're watching Parley Have Some Breakfast. Well, I've been doing some more research about the seahorses and what may have happened with Captain Jack and even with Pearl. So it seems like there's a three-point process or three-pronged process that happens when the temperature in a seahorse aquarium gets too warm. First thing, when temperatures start approaching the 80s, getting past that 74, 76 degree mark Fahrenheit, internally the seahorse mechanisms, specifically enzymes and other working mechanisms, start to switch off the protective health features of a seahorse. So basically their immune system starts shutting down. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's because these are captive bred and they're not used to the warmer temperatures, because in the wild we know that seahorses are in temperatures warmer than 74 and 76 at times. I think the key is if it's a prolonged period of time, and then the other two factors come into play. So basically a seahorse is already starting with a suppressed immune system, a captive bred in a home aquarium with temperatures approaching the 80s. Then the other piece that I've already talked about, what we would consider bad bacteria, such as a species of Vibrio, begin to produce exponentially and take over the seahorse. But something else important happens once we start getting closer to that 76 degree temperature. That bad bacteria starts to go virulent. So those warm temperatures are almost an indicator that it's time to do a mass takeover. So basically there were three things working against Captain Jack, and even though I might have been working towards that lower temperature and helping him build his immune system back up, it was still too slow of a rebuild, because whatever virulence had already started with the bacteria had come on very strong, and the exponential reproduction of the bacteria was still too high for what might have been a recovering immune system for Captain Jack. So I'm really happy that I have been able to keep the tank down to 74 degrees or under. I have found a breeder in Florida who actually recommends keeping seahorse tank temperatures down as low as 68. I am actually toying with the idea of not even worrying about using reverse osmosis water anymore. That was a switch I made when I first started having trouble with Pearl. I don't know that it's really made a difference. We have pretty good water quality in the area that I live. I looked at the filtration process. I'll have to think about that one. Meanwhile, it's been several weeks since I've had Parley. She's been a few weeks now by herself, and she continues to do well, eat well. Her color has lightened up. My system of having the power head turn on and off with the timer has been working very well. You'll notice the bottom of the aquarium is very, very clean. There's no leftovers anywhere down there. And this is with the power head off. Once the power head comes on, the timer is set for that. I give a window where Parley can eat. Once that comes on, it does blow out the shrimp, which I don't see is a bad thing. The shrimp is in that bowl, which is her feeding station, because then we don't have any shrimp sitting for long periods of time. The power head is strong enough that it circulates the water enough that it is reaching the intake of the filter and the intake of the protein skimmer. And let me just show you, the protein skimmer has been working amazingly well. I've been very happy with it. I have been cleaning out the inside tube every day so that it's working at full functioning capacity. So I think my 3 key lessons for the seahorses are keeping the temperature at least below 74, lower if I can. And I mentioned before, I am using a little fan on the top of my aquarium to do that. It just cost me a few dollars, and it really makes a huge difference. In addition to keeping the temperatures down, making sure that I don't have any detritus or leftover food hanging out, hidden any place in the aquarium. And my key to helping with that is using that extra power head that's on a timer, and most of the time it is on and circulating all of the points of the tank's water, and making sure that anything that could be sitting around gets either somehow brought into the protein skimmer or the filter. So it seems to be working so far for Parley. I am going to go ahead and put in an order for a couple of juvenile or baby seahorses from this different breeder and see if I have better luck from this breeder and using these new practices or continued practices that I've updated. The price of the seahorses was about 1/3 of the price from the breeder I was getting from before. They're a family-owned business, and I actually got a deal for ordering multiples. So I know I'm pushing the limit on this size tank. It's 29 gallons, but they're starting off small, and I feel like my last nitrate reading was 1. It was practically 0. So I'm using practices to keep up with the water quality. So let's see how things go. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you following on my journey. Please wish me luck that Parley continues to be healthy and that her new friends that are going to be arriving in the near future will also do well. If you're enjoying my series, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to Cowfish Pro. I really appreciate it. Take care.